Hello, everybody. We're here at the OMTV crib at the Darun's house,
All
the
right.
Big Boy Mansion. So, Darun, thank you for spending your time with me today. Showed me around Miami, and been a pleasant experience. So, I'm just gonna. I know you're busy, man. I'm gonna keep this short, under 40 minutes, hopefully. Um, just wanna get to know you a little bit, have my viewer know you a little bit, the talent, the wisdom, the wealth behind the man, you know. So we know each other through music, through your entertainment. You put out, the best show in Atlanta. You invited the star from Cambodia to do shows. So tell us a little bit how you got started, with the music scene.
Um, with the music thing, you see, first things first, you know, I was, I was born in Cambodia, but I came to America with my family since I was 2 years old, and we ended up in Brooklyn, New York. So in Brooklyn, New York is where I was raised, where I grew up, where I went to school, and it's just where I was raised until I was like an adult. And throughout my time growing up, my older brother and my sister was in a band in Brooklyn, and the name of the band is called Fantasy Band. And every weekend, like for instance, Saturday, Sunday, we would get together and practice. And that time I remember we used to go to upstate New York to practice every weekend because, there was a place for us to practice where a couple of members of the band was also living in upstate New York. But then shortly after that, the practice was actually one of my family's house that was in Brooklyn, New York, and we had a basement, and we put all the banding over there and just practice there every weekend, But besides the weekend, every single day, I was with my brother. And my brother, I mean, he's the type to practice by himself even when the other band members are not there. So when the other band members are not there, he would just be like, yo, hop on the drums, play this with me, or hop on the keyboard, play this with me, or, you know, grab the mic, sing this while I do a solo guitar. And I would just do that all the time. I would hop on this, hop on that. Whenever a band member hasn't arrived yet, I would hop in, and to the point that this was since I was like 4 or 5 years old, to the point like when I was like 8, 9 years old, you know, whenever a singer wasn't there, I would hop on and practice with my brother and stuff like that. And then they started letting me sing in the band. So when I started singing in the band, it was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and I started traveling with them every week to do shows like birthdays, weddings in the tri-state area, like anywhere from New York, Connecticut to DC, Virginia, all that stuff. And that's how I got my love for music.
Mhm.
Everything that I did, I watched, the band, my brother, my sister, I watched them do it. I watched them perform. And it's kind of like in me, like inside of me, hoping one day, as I was a kid, one day maybe I could hop on the drums or join the band, stuff like that. And I just end up practicing with them to the point where like the band was like, yo, we should just let him sing, to like kind of like attract new viewers and kind of like have something fresh when we do a party or a wedding or a gig or stuff like that. And that's how I started. But the thing is that I've been practicing so long, from like English songs to new wave to, everlasting to Khmer songs, stuff like that. Like it's already in my head and stuff like that, and watching my brother sing, and it just kind of got in me. So when I got a little older, um, I was already singing, but I started getting to hip hop and rap when I was like probably 11, 12.
Mhm.
When like Criss Cross and House of Pain and
Nice.
Onyx. That time wasn't even Nas
Mhm.
yet. It was all these Run DMC.
And that's where the birth
Down
of
with
New
the
York,
king.
birth of hip hop is in
Yeah, yeah, that's the birth of New York.
Brooklyn,
So
right?
Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, basically hip hop is everywhere in New York, you know. But I grew up in a like a West Indian Jamaican neighborhood. Like if you knew like Brooklyn, you knew Flatbush, you knew Parkside, you knew Prospect Park. You know, the area is just full of like reggae and hip hop music. Like that time I remember just living on the fifth floor and they used to pump music downstairs every day. I'm talking about, you know, Shabba Ranks and what you call the she's driving me, you know,
BDV,
BBD,
yeah.
you know,
Poison. That's my jam.
Albie Shaw
Mhm.
and Whitney. This is Michael, especially. Like I used to have the Michael Jackson jackets. And it was just I mean, couldn't help it. It was just
Mhm.
everything that's around me. Like even reggae music was around me too much. Like it's just in me. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah. So when I see like people now, like for instance, like in Cambodia, that's into hip hop and wearing New York hats and start wearing baggy clothes, like I feel like, look,
You
this
started,
this
you know.
this is like something that raised me and it became part of my life. Like I grew up with the birth of this hip hop thing.
Yeah.
So like when I see you know, our people in Cambodia now being hip hop, you know, wearing New York hats, stuff like that, they don't know it yet, but what they're really trying to do is trying to be me.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely.
But they don't know it yet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why you're in a different country wearing a New York hat. You know what I
correct.
mean? Like, this is the
Because
original, bro.
I can't wear New York since I'm not from New York, you know. But from Cali, you know, where the
Yeah,
L.A.
yeah.
Dodger.
Whether it's LA or LB or NY or whatever it is, that's you know, that's like part of like just you know what I mean? So
It's it's worldwide now, and I'm
it's
glad
worldwide
that
now.
you got exposed to those early beginnings.
Yeah,
And I don't know if my audience pay attention or not. The Darun is from the Bronx, New York, and
Brooklyn,
oh, Brooklyn. I'm sorry,
from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
And if you guys could hear his accent a little bit, you know that's the Brooklyn, New York. You know where Biggie Smalls at, and matter of fact, I got a couple of your fans hit me up, you know, and then I asked them like, so what's so good about his music? And one thing that they said it was your Brooklyn accent, you know, and the way it
really.
came across is like it's a turn on for them. That's the comment they gave me, and I really didn't pick that up until they pointed out to me.
You said turn off or turn on?
Turn
Oh,
on
really?
because
Yeah,
it's masculine and it's like
yeah,
it's a Brooklyn thing. It's New York. It's authentic.
yeah.
You know you wear the NY cap. You know you deserve it. You know you're the stripe, and you from there. You know what I'm saying? So you're genuine. And speaking of that, you're talented. You know you write your own song, and from what I understand, you make your own music, at least contribute to some of those. Um,
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that I kind of grew up around all type of instruments, especially like a set of drums. Like it's been in my house since I don't know when. My brother's like, you know, but I was beating on that and banging and playing instruments, even keyboard, you know, since I was like young. So the instruments come like very natural to me. And even though, yeah, I was like in music school and stuff like that, but I always just play by ear. You know what I mean? Because you know when you create something you kind of create it from how you feel
yes, yes, yes,
and the vision of the melodies that's
yeah,
in your head. So you know growing up like I'm so used to all these songs that I want to create my own.
yes.
I want to like create like first I was writing poetry, you know what I mean? Because
That's what Tupac used to do. He'd start off
yeah,
with
look,
poems.
poetry is crazy
The
because
group,
it
yeah.
just all started because you know somehow deep inside you, you always like wonder, like, yo, why am I here? Like,
Mm,
why am I in this messed up situation? Or like, why are we poor? Why are we, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that's like deep that's within that you trying to get out.
Mhm.
And within each poem, you have like it's like the resolution and the problem all
Mhm.
in one poem. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that's how I started, and it's just it began as poetry,
Mhm.
but the poetry is really rap because
Mhm.
you really just say the poetry on beat
Beats.
and it's rap. You know what I mean? So that's like
Um,
it's just normal for me. You
yeah.
know?
And not just that, not many people could do what you do. Number one, like you said, hip hop is from the soul, it's from the street. They didn't go to music school and learn theater. So these are like the blue, it comes.
Hmm.
And Dr. Dre once said too, when he make music, it's not about his education in music, but he do it from what he feels inside. He wants to make beats that make people drive faster. So when he's in the studio, that's what he focused on. He's like, how can I lay my drum, my melody, get that feeling that he felt and put in his music so other people could feel it too. So they're doing like a 25 on a school zone, they might want to do 55, So that's
Yeah.
that's the that's the energy, the concept he wants to.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. When you were little, when you're coming up with this music game, did you envision that you'd be partnering or collaborating with Cambodian artists from Cambodia, from other part of the world?
No, I didn't think of it at all, and I didn't really like honestly, my brother had an idea. He was like, bro, you should go to Cambodia and do your thing because this is not your land, your country. You know what I mean? So although you think it is, but it's really not because America don't look at you the same, because you're Asian. They're not gonna look at you as like, oh, look at this American boy. They're gonna say, oh, look at this Chinese kid. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, it's hard for you to be accepted
Yes.
in a place that don't look at you as part of them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So he used to like tell me to go to Cambodia to start my career since like early like 2000 stuff, and
Mhm.
then, but it's me that's like I think to myself like, yo, my competition is here. You know what I'm saying? Because when I write or I rap, my competition is here. This is the English arena that I can compete and battle in. But I didn't understand him back then, and I was kind of like, I didn't understand the world like he did because he traveled everywhere, and I was never like I was just a kid, you know what I mean? But I wish I would have took his advice back then, and I would have been like, like making a whole bunch of history right now to
Mhm.
this point, you know what I mean? But everything happens for a reason, and now we come full circle, and when I was little, like besides me, you see me doing these shows right now with my stars and stuff like that. My brother was doing that way back then,
Mhm.
like way back. I'm talking about with like Kuiper Sutton, with You Both I'm Not, and Success Moment, all that stuff. Like
Mhm.
they used to come to my house,
Mhm.
and I
So you
didn't
be
even
hanging
know.
out with the star all the time.
Yeah, but to me, they're not any stars
Okay.
because I don't know them like that. I
Mhm.
just know that they're famous, but I don't know of them like that.
Mhm.
But they would hang out with my older sister, brothers, aunt, mom, and shit like that. You know what I mean? And so when we moved to Atlanta, this is when I was already like, grown. We had an event hall called Asians Paradise in Georgia, and every star came through. And that time I was like, I just didn't care, and I was promoting American clubs.
Mhm.
So I used to go to Asian Paradise, like say like 9, 10 o'clock to like eat, and then my brother would pull me in the backstage to meet singers, and I just hey shook their hands, stuff like that, and I would go to the club because that's where I
Yes.
was promoting.
Mhm.
But come full circle, some reason somehow I end up doing my shows with certain stars and singers, and somehow I ran into some stars that I feel like I collab with, like somebody like Ken, that kind of like digs hip hop, reggaeton, like all these new school music that we have a common denominator in, So that's kind of where it started. But I've always been in music, and even before that, I have rap albums, bro, like 2, 3 albums already, like thrown out there since like MySpace days, you know. But
Like a
back then it was,
mixtape kind of thing,
yeah,
or
it was a mixtape, but it was original music too.
Mhm.
Like I had like a mixtape where like I'm jumping on everybody beat and just like rapping, kick, like killing every beat.
Mhm.
And then there's songs that I created myself from scratch, from the beat to the piano, guitar, like everything was from scratch because my story is different, you know? So I can't do a cover when I feel like it's not me.
Mhm.
And also I feel like it's too simple,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, compared to what your brother accomplished or what you accomplished, in my opinion, I think you 10x it because of social media, because of Facebook and YouTube. He didn't have that back then.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
thing about my brother though, right, is
Mhm.
like he's a better singer than me.
Mhm.
And he could sing Khmer really clear. He know how to read and write, and he could sing English. Like I can't sing better than him.
Mhm.
Like his voice is
Well,
like
I'm talking about exposure.
high.
I'm talking about
Yeah, yeah,
exposure, right?
exposure. But what I'm saying though is that back then, yeah, there was no social media and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And even though he was a musician,
Mhm.
he was not creating his own songs.
Cool.
He was just following the songs out there and covers. But
Mhm.
for me, I just want to create my own thing because you know, like growing up, like I would just beat on a classroom desk all day to drum beats and you know stuff like that. And I'm so used to these cover songs that like I got melodies running in my head, you know, and things that I want to say and where I come from, and so it's best for me to start my own. You know what I mean?
And that's what we need. We need people like you that create genuine, original. That's what artists do. You know, they give us something fresh and new that's never been done before, and express yourself in a way where the new fan could relate to. So we appreciate you doing that and give us, you know, that taste of originality. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure you have more to give. You know, the world waits to hear more and enjoy more of your work and your talent, because that's the only thing you can leave behind once you're gone. You know, like Michael Jackson, he's gone, right? But every
Yeah,
time I turn on the radio, some of his songs, you know, relive through his music. He relived through his music.
exactly. Like you can never take away something original because like that's the true meaning of an artist to me. Like honestly, if you call yourself an artist and you're not creating, then you're not really
Art,
like you're not really drawing what you're really doing is tracing.
yes.
You know what I mean? And tracing is cool,
Mhm.
but that's not gonna add,
It's not
you
going to
know,
move us
it's gonna
forward.
like have different versions, but it's not gonna add something new. You
Correct.
know what I mean? So no shade to everybody that's doing covers and stuff, but for me, like I could do covers too. You know what I mean? And I could sing too, but
I mean, I did your cover. Not as good, but
yeah,
but
but I mean, you know, it's like this is what I want, you know. I want to leave something different behind when I'm too when I can't do this no more, you know, like although like okay, I'm not the most famous guy, whatever, but bro, I'm the most original one. Like
yeah.
I'm not trying to be whatever, but
At least you do you.
listen, who do you know that's creating their own beats from scratch? Melodies, singing, writing, rapping, like directing my own music video, like who?
Mhm.
Who?
So you're multi-talented. So not many people out there are like you. So you know that's you can't.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm multi-talented, but I do have a vision
Mhm.
and I like to control
The
every creative part, you know? So
process.
even the video part, like for instance, if I shoot a video and then if the editing doesn't come out as good or as clean, I won't put it out
Mhm.
until I feel like okay, it's cool enough, it's good enough, or it's you know,
Mhm.
then I'll put it out, you know. But it's a process for me because I could do 10 songs and I'll pick 3 songs for you to hear.
Wonderful.
You
So
know what I mean?
you're neglecting like a lot of us from hearing your the talent, the one that hasn't been released. But it's okay. That tells us about you that you're very um careful with what you put out because it has to represent you. Because this is what you're going to leave behind. Unlike your brother, I'm not sure if he has any video footage of his work in the past for his kids or next
Yeah, I mean,
generation.
honestly, like all the gigs and the weddings and stuff we had back then was the VHS like
Um,
camcorder. Like, I know somebody got some footage of me singing when I was little, but they're probably all old now, and
uh,
you know what I'm saying. But
yeah,
the whole point is that I could give you 10 covers right now. You know.
yeah. No, no. What I'm saying is this: is that what you're doing is going to last eternally, way after you're gone, because this is your kids, your grandkids, and your
Hmm.
great grandkid go
Hmm.
on YouTube. They're like, that's my granddaddy and my great grandpa, So that's
That's
something that nobody could take away from you. And plus, when they listen to it, like, damn, that's original, That's you're gonna give them a legacy where they're proud of their heritage, where they
mm,
came from. And speaking of directing, you went to Cambodia. You did this a lot of Cambodian video. The one that popped in my mind is when you were riding an elephant. That song was reggae,
yeah,
vibe
it's
with the
like
elephant. That
reggae
was cool.
vibe, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, I'm the first one that do command song reggaeton.
great, great. Yeah,
You
reggae.
know what I'm saying? But you see how everyone's doing it now.
Hmm. Well, you're the trendsetter.
Like where did
Yeah,
they get it from? Like, I'm
from
not saying
Run.
that whatever, but I'm saying I'm the first one that did it. You know what I'm
Well, you're the
saying? And
pioneer. You're the Randy MC of the.
even like for instance, like all the Cambodian traditional beats, whatever. When it comes to the lone song, when it comes to that beat, mm, but boof, boof, like when it comes to that stuff, I hear rap on it since I was little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me to take the Songbaedong song and turn it into rap hip hop, that's the first too. Like no one ever did that before, you know?
Mhm.
But I hear hip hop all over it, so I had to do it. And, hopefully
Mhm.
y'all like the turnout, you know?
No, it's great. It's original. And well, to confess, you and I have that in common. When I was little or in high school, when I was listening to some song, and during the break, I was rapping, freestyle through the break, and so um, I was I was doing not cover, but I was doing my original verse on the break, and then and then fast forward 10 years from that date, and I see like artists is doing it, but obviously they do way better than I did because I was just doing it for fun as a hobby.
Yeah. I
But
mean, to be honest, we can say that maybe some of us have like the same creative ideas. Maybe some of us got to it before than others, but yo, you got to get it out there, bro, or else it's just gonna be locked away and thrown away in a closet forever. You know what
yep.
I mean? So I just want to like do things before I can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? So maybe
Well,
later on.
well, absolutely. We're looking forward to your next project. You work with a lot of Cambodian artists, and now and just to give you credit, Darun is the only promoter in Atlanta that was working with my organization, my nonprofit. So what happened is we help each other, like a win-win situation where I help promote his event, and then in return he donates some of the proceeds to the nonprofit. So he had a big heart for that, and so the next project that we're working on, we want to bring some artists to
Yeah,
perform.
yeah. I'm at a point right now where like, I've done a lot, a lot for myself. Like I have a lot of songs that I haven't even put out yet, original. It's, simply because I'm like, my motto is like, it's muy done muy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put out 10 garbage, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to put out what I like and feel strongly one at a time. Like make sure the audio, the voice, the lyrics, the beat, the video, everything is on point before I even put it out. And if it's not good, I ain't gonna put it out. I want to do it until it's good, And I'm at a point right now where I want to work on other artists that I see that have potential, because in this world right now, we dealing with like, for instance, let's say You know, look at BTS and Blackpink, and you know, like these guys don't even really speak English like us,
Mm.
but yet they're doing like stadium worldwide tours and selling out 40,000 people seat tickets and stuff like that. They don't even, you know what I mean? Like they're not even growing up here. So if they could do it, why can't we do it? Why can't I do it? Why can't
Mm.
the people of the next generation do it, and not only do it, but do it better? You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Because there's a lot of talent I see out there, and I don't want to be selfish to like not, because me growing up, nobody was helping me. To this day, nobody helped me. Like I did all this myself. You know, I created, bought equipment, create songs myself. And no one, I wish I had some guidance, somebody
Mm.
to help me how to like, you know, tune, like mix a song, studio, how to produce, how to, well, I didn't have that help. So if I had that help, I would have developed and, you know, propelled much
Faster.
bigger and faster than I am now, you know.
Mm.
But since I went through that and have experience,
Mm.
I am looking to, for potential artists that I can guide and help write,
Mm.
direct, and create, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Develop them as an artist, you
Mm.
know, like a real artist, you know?
So if you're an artist and you got talent, true raw talent, unpolished diamond, hit up my boy Darun, so sign up on his label. You got a startup label.
Yeah, I'm looking
And
for like female that can, you know, want to do some pop music, R&B music, hip hop music, that know how to dance, sing,
mm,
that just got like a flavor to them, like a authentic original style to them that I can, you know, develop into something else that's good enough to be on American radio. You know what
yes.
I mean? Because going through this thing, I had to learn how to be an artist myself and learn the business of how to market these things myself. Like
Mhm.
nobody told me that you have to pay the radio stations.
I
You
thought they
see?
just play because they love your music,
Yeah,
but
I thought
that's
like,
the
yo, if your music is hot and you get your song to the DJ, he will play it. But
you
I
got to
learned
pay to
that
play.
no, bro, because you know, every second that they can play your music, they rather play somebody that who will pay them for that
Mhm.
slot. You know what I mean? So everything is all about business, and what you see, what you hear is not what you
Mhm.
know. You have to understand the business behind it,
Yeah.
you know, and
So there's music, there's business. In
mm,
the music
there's
business,
talent and
you
there's
got to give it
business.
talent. Like Facebook, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter like the content is good or not, but if you
hmm
don't get engagement or pay to boost it, you're not going to get traction. Because right now, if you notice, Facebook's been throttling down a lot of uh,
yeah.
posts and
Like for
videos.
instance, if you put a YouTube link on a Facebook,
It's no get no
people won't even like.
see it.
I don't know why, but it doesn't get clicks.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but if you pay it,
But
they'll
if you pay it, it's gonna go
yeah,
wild, you
yeah,
know? So everything is based on marketing,
business, yeah.
you know. And
So sign up the room because the thing is this we're proud of Cambodia. Cambodia has a lot of label production, a lot of talent, but we want one. I mean, not. Well, I'm not asking for a lot. At least one under the room's leadership and vision. So we gotta have a strong label, similar if not better than the one in Sokmai. I mean, Sokmai is talented. The music that they put out and videos and stuff. In my opinion, I think they're like up there compared to the neighboring country. But compared to like 10 years ago,
yeah,
um,
yeah, I want to say that to be honest with you, out of every country, Khmer has always been part of hip hop.
mhm,
And I'm not saying that because whatever, because I'm Cambodian, whatever, but I'm saying it because it's true. Like, for instance, if you look at like, you know, Ajayi back then, how they
yeah,
freestyling, dissing
yeah,
each other, you know, bro, that's hip hop in the
mhm,
purest form. And then when you look at like Kong Sum Un movie back then, where he was like selling number chop
mhm.
with Trangda, shit like
Yeah,
that, they dissing each other,
battling.
they battling, bro. That's hip hop
Mhm,
because you know whether they thinking of it on the spot and battling each other or not,
mhm,
but that's hip hop. So
mhm.
I can
Yeah,
almost bet and say Cambodia kind of,
mhm,
you know, was part of hip hop before this hip hop thing even
yeah.
started here in New York.
And
You know what I mean?
and I'm glad you said that because I'm a big fan of Dr. Mai.
Hmm.
And when he was a Jai with the
bro.
lady, he's
I used
wrong.
to
He's
listen to
right.
him all the
Yeah,
time. That's the thing. He was talking about he was dissing the girl was flipping
uh,
it back on him.
and it
You know,
rhymed. It was his poem.
that's the whole point, and that's what hip hop is. Like it started from like battling each other, and so basically hip hop. I like to say it's a combination of all cultures and all thing, and it started in poverty because it started from people who cannot afford the instruments to play or the education to go to school to play these instruments. So they take old records and they mash them up together, create something new and something different, and rhyming over this and that. So that's really creation from nothing.
Mhm.
This hip hop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And like the things that happening in Cambodia now, like it's like wow, I'm so proud of it, and I'm so happy that certain these artists is be able to taking it to a new plateau,
Mhm.
But I wish they understand the origin and the lyrics
Mhm.
of these rappers back then or now
Mhm.
that made it popular enough to even hit the other side of the globe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like for instance, like Nas is something that you gotta listen to.
You
You
know what?
know,
I got an idea.
he's my favorite artist,
If
man.
if you have the time, I know you're super busy, but that could be a webinar or a course online where you could teach the root of hip hop, especially if you're from Brooklyn,
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
what I want
all
to do.
originally from.
That's what I want to do. Like I want to break down the battle
Yeah,
of these each artist is battling each other and the
yeah.
meaning and the times
Mhm.
behind that. Like, but I'm gonna get to that. But
Mhm.
as of now,
And you know what I know? You know what I found out through research?
mm,
They said the online course or webinar stuff
mhm.
was a new multi-billion-dollar industry. So you never know. I mean, the right thing because it's global now. You know,
This is global now.
if you do it in English, plus you're strong in English anyway. If you
Yeah.
does the class in English,
Mm,
you get people across the globe signing and trying to understand this thing called hip hop.
mhm.
Like you said, they're wearing a hat, they're rapping and stuff, but do they really know
Yeah, like I
the
mean, I feel like they understand the concept and the wordplay and the similes and the lyrics behind what makes it strong and historic. Like they understand that, but I'm pretty sure they don't understand the lyrics of the pioneers
yeah?
that started it.
And that's something that you could
You know.
educate them. Just imagine they know the roots.
Hmm.
Got to make them elevate their talent even better. If they know the principle or you know,
Yeah, maybe I should break down one classic song at a
yeah,
time and
yeah.
just explain like,
I
yo,
think the radio when I was in California, the radio station 99.1 has this thing called Gangster Masterpiece. So this guy was explaining, like he breaking down like a 1 minute of a rap song
hmm,
and explaining it, in detail what
yeah,
it means. So you should do something like that. And Google that. It's called Gangster Masterpiece. There is like a comedy plus educational, it's very entertaining.
yeah,
So he's breaking everything down, what it means, how the wordplay, the flow, and the concept is really interesting. Another thing I want to mention is that I'm so proud of the Cambodian artists. They haven't forgotten their roots, even though they're doing hip hop. They tend to include or incorporate the
the command instruments
instrument as
behind it.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
that's what hip hop is. It's mixing what you know,
yeah,
what you got. And another thing I want to say about hip hop is most people don't see it, but hip hop is like martial arts.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? It's really martial arts because there's different levels of hip hop. See, this the type of hip hop where like say like you're a battle rapper, right? Now a battle rapper is just like a martial artist. Okay. A rapper, an MC is like a martial artist. It's very competitive. You compete with the people that, like for instance, a martial artist always want to compete with another martial artist to see who's better, whether it's Tiger style or Eagle style or Tai Chi or, you know, uh, what's that Bruce Lee joint? Wing Chun, right?
oh yeah,
There's different styles. But when you hear hip hop, it's like you kicking rhymes,
mhm,
you got punchlines, and you kicking flows.
Mhm.
You see that? You punching and you kicking. I used to take martial arts too, so this is why I understand that there's different levels to this. Like there's levels of hip hop where, for instance, like you rap, but you're not rapping, battling or dissing. You're teaching them. You know, you can either teach people, you can either beat them, you either talk about a girl here that's lost, that's going the wrong way,
Like
and
when they have a
maybe,
baby.
yeah, maybe like Black Girl Lost from Nas.
Mhm.
Brenda Have a Baby is a true story of what happens, in poverty where a girl, have a baby by the wrong guy and she got to deal with, because they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to hip hop, like for instance, my martial arts teacher used to teach me like the first week, first month, or whatever. He would tell people, punch, right? You punching all day, right? And then, but you think to yourself, like, what that? Why am I punching 1,000 times? Like, that's not going to teach me how to beat this guy up. Why am I kicking 1,000 times? But that is equivalent to you writing rhymes, like, you writing rhymes that rhyme with each other. Why are you writing rhymes? You know, you're writing rhymes because you're practicing the rhymes that rhyme with each other. So when you know all your things, you can just freestyle.
Mhm.
Just like when you're fighting somebody in the street, you're freestyling because you already learned how to punch, you already learned how to kick, you learn how to do everything. Same thing with writing. You're writing, you're learning how to rhyme, you're learning how to flip the flow, you're learning how to whether you attack this guy or teach him. Like there's different ways, but a true master wouldn't want to fight you
Mhm.
because a true master will let you win because sometimes when you think you win, you actually lose. You know what I'm saying? Because for him to actually fight you, he wouldn't be winning. He'll just be wasting his time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's different
Mhm.
levels to it, and certain masters they just want to challenge the other master. All they're thinking about is who's the best,
Mhm.
but they're not thinking about like what's the best way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
that's
different
deep.
roles. Like for instance, breakdance. Like what do you think breakdance started from, bro?
Martial
Breakdance
art.
breakdance started from people watching Bruce Lee and
Mhm.
Enter the Dragon, man. All these moves, flip, flip.
Mhm.
That's kung fu, bro.
That's where Wu Tang came from, right? From watching the kung
Yeah, Wu
fu.
Tang from watching the Saturday
Mhm.
12 o'clock movies on Channel 5, which I used to do.
Uh,
But the thing is that they use those martial arts and these stories
mhm.
to put it in their rhyme form as their life, how it is in the projects,
Mhm.
battling poverty, battling the police, battling, people that's, robbing and stealing from them. Like it's always a constant battle. So you have to know how to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to protect your neck.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
So you guys hear
So rap is
rhyming and
martial
rapping
arts.
is martial art. Kung Fu, Wu
Same thing
Tang,
as
24
martial arts.
chamber. Was it four chamber or 24? What was it?
Man, it's every chamber, bro. It's every chamber. You
So,
know,
who do you think has the best wordplay attack? In the Khmer rap world.
Khmer rap. You
Yeah,
talking about right now?
yeah,
Like
currently.
all the rappers in
Yeah,
Khmer right now?
in your opinion.
Honestly, I've been watching that show, the rapper Cambodia, and I see a lot of young talent, and I'm very surprised and very amazed by them because these guys are not only good, some of them have a singing type flow. It's like a new R&B style, and their writing is impeccable because they know the vocabulary of the language. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I could rap and write, you know, Khmer rap in English too, but my Khmer wouldn't be as deep as them because they actually went to school and learned these vocabulary. You know what I mean? Like my guy Khmer Wuchikut, like he's the top tier when it comes to you talking about my
Mhm.
vocabulary and lyricism. Like he understands like what this hip hop is for. And Van Dyes is great too. Van Dye, he actually took it to another level, by him adding a Chapai Dong thing and stuff like that. It's like a
Mhm.
yayin, which as a rapper you always realize that, but he brought it to the forefront so everyone can realize it too. If
Mhm.
you're not a rapper, you're not gonna,
Appreciate it.
think like us or, realize it. But
Mhm.
when he put it out, I already felt the same way. You feel me?
Yeah,
But a
game
lot of
recognized
people like,
game.
whoa, a lot of people just now realize it,
Mhm.
So like for the talent in Cambodia, man, I
Mhm.
love it, man. Keep going.
Mhm.
Like I see a lot of guys that I like, you know what I mean? And I might work with them, I might reach out and, help them develop because, I remember myself, nobody helped me. Nobody helped guide me. Like if I had somebody to guide me, put me in a studio and all that stuff, I would have been out of here right now, like gone, like boom, you know?
Speaking of working, I think I saw a post by Bouvet Production, or what's the company's name?
Bought money.
Bottom Eight.
Yeah.
I think they're hiring production director or some kind of thing. You might want to look into that and see if there's a collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm just trying to build my own empire, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure they already got the thing going and they also I heard they signed to Warner Music.
Born here
Yeah,
in the
yeah, Warner
States.
Music.
Wow,
So
that's huge.
that's huge.
Who who,
But
who is signed? The label or the artist?
bottom line, they got to deal with Warner Music.
Who's the artist that's under?
No, the artist that's under them is Vanda
Um,
and all these other people,
um,
but Vanda is the
the main.
famous one. The rest of them is not as famous as him. But what I'm saying is that that's great. That's cool.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
for me, I want to keep the owner of Khmer music
Mm.
by Khmer, not by a white, label
Mm.
that see you pop off and now they're gonna throw money and take it to own your stuff. You see what I'm
Hopefully,
saying? I'm
hopefully,
all about ownership.
yeah. Hopefully they get the deal like Ray Charles got.
They already made a deal, bro. So whatever deal they
Like
got,
Ray Charles owned his master, like the label, the deal he got.
I
Like,
don't know what they got, but I know Warner owns
mm,
it.
wow,
Yeah. So
that's huge.
I'm proud that they took it to that level, but for me, I would not give up my ownership. You know what I mean? So I hope people can think the same way. Just because someone offer you, some money, don't mean that you should give up your soul
Mm,
or what you worked so hard for.
mm, mm.
Someone else own it. You know what I mean?
What if they were able to take it to the next level, like the next ceiling,
Well, the next one would be a
like
a
Pink,
distribution deal.
BT, something like that, like Solar Arena,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
40,000. Because you got to
but
have some
listen,
heavyweight behind it
the
to
only
pull that
way
off.
you could do that is if you rap in English.
But BTS, Pink, are they doing it in English? Or I mean,
But
I'm not.
yeah, they're doing it in both.
Oh, okay.
But the important thing is that they're also doing it in English, which captures all the young kids, like almost like 99% of all females from
Mhm,
age 4 to like 60.
mhm,
Like they got it, bro. And one of my vision and one of my dream was one day to be accepted and be known as the first Asian entertainer to accept an American award, but
mhm,
they already beat me to that because they had a backing.
mhm,
See what I'm saying? And money and promotion and a lot of things that
mhm,
we independent artists don't have. You
mhm.
know,
They got a strong marketing
they got a
team. Like,
strong, they got
they
a
got a machine that,
army.
yeah.
Yeah, they've got a machine, and
If
the
you look at
label that owns them all right now
mhm,
owns just bought over a hip hop label right now that
all,
owns.
like,
Look, this label owns Lil Baby and a whole bunch of rappers in Atlanta,
you
and
talking about,
it's the owner
mhm,
of the label that owns BTS
mhm,
and other artists that bought that company.
mhm,
So now they own the hip hop label. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying?
You talking about Warren Brother? Like
Huh?
you talking about Warren Brother or who
Huh?
who owning all the hip hop?
The same owners that own
Okay,
BTS.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure his name,
Mhm,
but he bought the label
mhm,
of a big rap company in Atlanta, and they own Lil Baby and Lil Yachty and straight up hip hop.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like they own it now, and I think they bought it for like 150 million or something like that.
Mhm.
but they own everything. So that's a great move. I
Mhm.
like it. And to be honest with you, like I can't do this forever. So I have to create my own thing, my own label
Mhm.
that have potential artists too. And actually my first artist that I'm working with and working on right now is a female from Cambodia Crown.
Mhm.
Her name is Samsoni.
Mhm.
She is very attractive girl that can sing and everything. So when I was looking at her YouTube videos, you could go search for her on YouTube. Her name is Sam Soni. Like this woman, she does covers, right? But she does it within her own power. Like there's no label behind her, there's no Hung Mid Galaxy, there's nobody behind her. She did it herself. But she did all the covers and she did a pretty good job. So when I looked at it and I was searching through her stuff, I was pretty impressed because, a female by herself that can do it up to this level is very impressive. So, I reached out to her and now she signed to my company and we got songs. I'm about to drop a song next month.
Mhm.
It's me and her. It's called Baonji Sangsabong. If you was
Uh,
my girl,
uh,
you know.
to,
And it's very different. You could count on it being very different,
mhm.
but it's definitely very good and popping. And it's just something new. Like it's a whole new flavor that I hope everyone likes. You know.
Is it English? Is it a mixture of Cambodian,
It's
Vietnamese, or
it's
what?
it's a mixture of English and Khmer, but
Okay.
basically it's because she's a Khmer artist,
Mhm.
and I want her to be known for her Khmer
Mhm.
music too. But meanwhile, we're gonna mix it in with some English, like with me and some rap and R&B and reggae and reggaeton in it, and it's gonna be something different from what you hear in everyday, uh, label that comes out of Cambodia.
And the reason why Darun is gravitating to reggaeton because he's in Miami, and that's what's popping down there. But I was just kidding.
Yeah,
But
but
um,
reggaeton, man, it's just one of those things. It's
where did
like
it come
it's
from anyway? Because like,
reggaeton is really reggae,
uh,
but with a
let's spin
Latin
to it.
twist to it.
Okay.
So it's still sexy and seductive, and
Mm.
that's what I like. And yeah, it's more like sexy music
Mhm.
that you could dance to, you know. So like you see, I was the first one to do that song with Kim, Don't You Know?
Mhm.
Because honestly, that song, don't you, that beat that I made,
Mhm.
it was supposed to be for Rabi.
Mhm.
You know, I made it. I took her to the studio while she was here touring with me. I took her to studio, made it on the spot. I made two beats on the spot, and she didn't like the reggaeton because it wasn't her style. Is more like bike slow stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like they're not up on that yet. And she picked the other beat that I made, which is about money, money, money. But
Mhm.
anyway, but when it comes to Cam, like before I even knew him, I kind of like chat and talk to him, and I asked him what kind of music he liked. Like the first thing that he sent me was reggaeton music. I was like,
Mhm.
what? Like
That's a
I about to
match made
send
in
you this
heaven.
reggaeton beat, and
Mhm.
you send me reggaeton music. So it was kind of like meant to
Mhm.
freaking be.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So when he got here, he when he first met me, he was like, I didn't say yes to doing a song with you because when you said that you wanted to do a song with me and rap, like I didn't know how you rap.
Mhm.
So he was like while he was riding in the car with me talking, he told me to put on a beat and he was like, let me see how you rap to this. So when he put on a beat and I just rapped to it, he was thinking to himself, he didn't tell me, but he was thinking to himself like, yo, shit dope, shit is cool, man. Shit is low as hell, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't. But right then and there, he agreed to do a song with me right away. Because before he met me, he didn't know my level of,
Mhm.
talent. And when he heard me rap, he was just like, bro, let's do it. So as soon as he said that, we recorded. We went to the studio and recorded that song like the next week, and then the next following week after that, we flew to Long Beach and shot the video. Man, that shit was
Mhm.
it was really like very spontaneous and like
Mhm.
real.
And that's talent right there. It's just synergies coming together, and then it works out.
Yeah,
There's no.
like for instance, like I already wrote the song in Khmer and everything, but he came around and kind of like put his own flavor, his own like style and word into it that helped the song be like, well, now this is really official. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one that's really used to these Khmer vocabulary that I wasn't like exposed to growing up. You know. So it came perfect, and like from then on, we got a few more songs. Like to this day, we I have songs that aren't even come out yet with Cam. I don't even know if it's gonna come out or not because he's there and I'm here. But
Mhm.
I got mad songs with him. You know what I'm saying? And the last one, Volving, to boy Cam and Clamochi. But we did that years ago before I even put it out this year.
Mhm.
So like I say, it's like it's been. I got like over 10 songs that original that I didn't even put out yet.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping to change that and start booming out.
Is it because you still need him to be on the track, or what's preventing?
No, because like for instance, I'm not there to shoot the video with him,
Okay. Mhm.
so we can't shoot the video.
Mhm.
And then if I shoot my part here, he shoot his part there, it doesn't look like together. It
Mhm.
wouldn't be right. And then say like for instance, I went down to Cambodia earlier this year during Khmer New Year. He was really booked doing shows every day for Khmer New Year. We didn't have time to shoot no video. You know what I mean? But it's to the point right now where like I found new artists that I want to guide, help, develop, and make sure that their dreams can come true. Besides me,
Mhm.
I want to make other people's dreams come true too.
You know what my dream is?
What's up?
I want to see you get that American award. Even though you're not the first or the last, but at least get one and hang it on your mantle. So when I come visit you, I see
Bruh,
it. You don't
that
even
would
worry
be
about the
like
first.
that would be crazy,
Uh,
man. I swear to God, like the first thing I would say if I was up there, I'd be like, "Yo, man, big up to all my Asian, my Asian people out there." Like, no one ever
that's what's
says
up.
this, but I want to big up to everybody
Mm,
because I was born during a time where I was supposed to be dead.
mm.
I'm not supposed to be born, you know.
Like me, we're refugees.
Yeah, and to the point where like we dodging all these minefields and and
Mm,
made it over here and blah blah blah. Like, yo,
mm, mhm.
I survived for a reason, bro. That's what I'm thinking.
Let me ask you that because I'm not familiar with the award system. Is it
Mhm.
just for artists or for producer, for man? Like, how does it work? Is it
Well,
like a
it's
category?
for it's for everything, but you have to kind of like it goes with like the charts on
Mhm,
the Billboard. It goes with how popular your song is, and it goes for you making an entry
mhm,
into the competition. If
mhm,
you don't, you got songs, but you don't put it
mhm.
as an entry into the Grammy stuff like that.
Oh, you got to register it.
You have to register it
Gotcha.
into the
Mm.
competition.
But how do you get on the billboard? Like, how does it work? Is it radio or?
Yeah, it's
Mm,
it's it's everything, man. It's streaming, it's radio, it spins, it plays,
okay,
and
I got the idea now.
it's
So let's do
it's
this.
the units that people buy. Like if
Okay,
they buy, download your thing and how
let's
many times.
scan
Yeah,
it.
everything adds up.
Like Shopify, Apple Music or
Huh?
something? Is it
Everything
okay?
combined. Buying, you could buy a song, for like $1 or
Mm,
whatever that you could buy the thing and it'll add up to 1 million units, or you could
mm,
stream it or whatever. How it's too many
mm.
ways to you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even YouTube views count.
Okay. They count that too? Like the
Everything
views?
counts, bro. Everything is combined.
Because the commercial they like it's in the millions now. Is it organic? Is it
You talking
boosted?
about
Like
mine?
yeah, like the video, like it's in the
Well,
millions.
I'm not gonna say whatever, but
Mm,
I think some people do pay for
okay.
spins and some people don't.
Mhm. I mean, do they count that? Do they care if it's
They count it, but look,
mhm,
in order for you to be in order you to be like in the competition of an award, in an American award, you have to do English songs, bro.
mhm. Yeah. And plus
You know, but it's actually not just English songs. It's the charts. It's
yeah,
who made it up to the charts
okay.
on
I
Billboard.
gotcha. So here's my suggestion to you because I truly want to see you get something, I mean, whatever that might be, whatever God got. in store for you. But I think you as a businessman, business person, I think you need to put together a strong marketing machine that will do that. Because I know you don't have time for that. You need to focus on your artist.
Yeah, yeah, the
Go,
marketing machine,
you,
it's
yeah.
yeah, I really need that,
And
and I
I
need help
recommend you
on
to
that.
go to Cambodia because there's a lot of talent,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of like talent there. You just need to figure
Yeah,
out to put it together.
yeah, honestly, right now I got like a couple, 4 or 5 artists in mind that
Mhm. No, no,
that they
I'm talking about just the people that's good with the social
marketing.
media. Yeah, the
Oh,
artist is artist because you're a business and you're music. So you music
yeah.
business. You have to focus on your music,
Yeah, listen,
but
bro, everything is based on money.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had money and backing, yeah, I would throw it to because yo, to have people work for you, you got to pay them.
Yeah.
You have to
But
you
you're
have
a
to have
smart
a
guy.
salary.
I think there's some kind of internship you could put together. You just need to invest time into it.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm gonna do, because right now is almost November 28th is every year they do this Tuesday Giving. All the nonprofit is required to do a push. To get people to donate because
Hmm.
that's the IRS code. You got to get public support. You
Hmm.
know, so what I'm doing for this year, I'm raising money to put together a Christmas box, which include pencil, backpack, booklets, shoes, and maybe some tuition voucher, for the school.
Yeah.
So um, I want you to think about it and talk to your artist, Sam, because that's the one you're trying to bring up.
Hmm.
And I think if you could somehow become our soundtrack to that, that would get traction at least. I know she's popular on her own to ground already,
Hmm.
but tied to the initiative that we're doing next month.
Yeah.
And I'm we're so far we raised like almost $3,000 already. You
Okay.
know, so we want to put together like 3,000 boxes of what they call it, a Christmas box
Yeah.
for the
Christmas.
Christmas cheering,
Yeah.
and in there at least help the orphanage that doesn't have parents,
Hmm.
that doesn't have like family member to help them.
Yeah.
It's a good cause, so hopefully that give her some more traction and just give her the launch pad
Hmm.
to do what you planned for her. And so my thing is this, like, let's figure out how to merge that together or somehow kind of have that synergy
Hmm.
so she could, you know, um, use that as a springboard to whatever you plan to do. Because if she is as talented as you said she is,
Hmm.
and then she become this voice that represent our cause.
Hmm.
And then the thing about this campaign is that I'm matching like dollar for every dollar that the public donates.
Okay.
So those that listening, like if you want to donate and you're a fan or whatever, like for every dollar they donate, I match $1. $100, match $100,
Yeah,
So
usually like I've done this like years ago and
mm,
it started with Ken when I met him. Like we used to donate a lot of like stuff and school book supplies and food for like unfortunate people in Cambodia. And usually when I did it before, I called it Christmas in Cambodia, whatever. But you know, I'm not there every Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But if I was there, I would love to do that and stuff like that. So,
mm,
for everybody watching, if you want to do something nice that, really is going to make a difference and help people that's actually in need, and these are your own people too, you should participate and help donate so we can bring it to the kids that really need it in Cambodia. So this is not for us. Like
mm,
I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? Like Brandy don't need it, but charity should be as big as, the idea of you paying back tax.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and speaking of that, we were at a business earlier.
Hmm.
He has to buy new truck, new equipment just to expand his business.
Yeah.
Either that, or he pay into taxes. The
Mm.
same thing like me. To be honest, in full transparency, I'm pretty good at making money, and the tax bill is high too. So um, I'm killing two birds with one stone.
Mm.
So I'm donating. I'm matching all the public
Matching.
donation
Yeah.
because I need the tax write off too.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's helping the kids. Bottom line, because the way nonprofit works in the U.S. is that if you don't get public support,
Mm,
you're at risk of losing your status
yeah,
because it can't be all about money. It
yeah,
can't be from one source. It
yeah.
has to be from a collaboration from the public.
Yeah, like think about it, especially it's getting towards the end of the year, and a lot of us that's fortunate enough to make enough money to support our family and the people that we care about.
Mhm.
Like if you're gonna pay tax anyway, donate some to charity because it's also counted as your tax that
Deductible.
your, deductible, your write-off
Mhm.
spending. You know what I mean? Because it makes a difference. You give it to Uncle Sam, what he's going to do is build a highway and charge you a toll, and you still got to pay for that. So that's double. You know what I mean? But if you donate to charity to your people that actually needs it,
Mhm.
that's a win-win. You know what I mean? And we're going to do a documentary, right? Like when you go
Totally.
around and give charity
And
to
100%,
people, we're
and 100%
gonna,
of that is being expended for the material and supplies.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Be fully documented, be see published online
Hmm.
on the website. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. Um, I did a lot in the past with the floods and all the other stuff. I haven't done it like during COVID, because but this is my first time back doing charity in Cambodia.
Yeah.
And the reason why we chose the orphanage because one of our coworkers, she happened to be an orphan herself when she was growing up.
Yeah.
It's just something that close to her, and she understands the struggle and the need. Um, so we're killing like three birds with one stone. Number one, um, is something near and dear to her heart. Number two is a tax write-off. Number three, the one that benefit 100% from this giving is the orphan that's struggling in Cambodia.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
so what I asking from you to do, please put the word out. Like I said, I'm matching every dollar from a dollar and every
Yeah.
dollar. So
Meaning
far,
if you guys donate 100, he'll throw in
I put in a
100.
hundred,
You guys donate 500, he'll throw in
five
500
hundred.
because he has to pay taxes anyway. So
Plus, I like to help my own people
yeah,
too.
so helping is better. I mean, it's definitely like a better option,
Mhm.
to go about your tax every month, you
And
know.
um, and like I said, 100% will go to the materials and supplies for these kids, these orphans. So, from you, Darun, if you can, I know it's short notice, it's around the corner. Um, if you could, whip up something and be that soundtrack that, that, what you may call it, touch the heart of the middle of the viewer of this podcast. And hopefully it's not too late, and we might do it year round, depend how it goes. This is my first time getting back. I'm taking some time off from the business and trying to focus on the charity and trying to meet the IRS requirement. They require 33% of the budget or operating budget has to come from public support, and that's the hard part is getting the public support. And like I said, matching every dollar from a dollar, and hopefully you get to hear and see Duran's new artist that signed to his label. The talented
Samsoni.
Samsoni.
Yeah,
What's her last name spell so people could Google her?
you could write it down and look for her on YouTube. She also has a Facebook, but when you go to YouTube, you actually see all her videos. Her name is Sam, like SAM, and Sony, like the electronic company,
Okay,
Sam Sony.
SON.
And I like to add, like one thing about her, she's very talented because the song that we about to drop, listen, listen to me, like. Okay, so I was trying to see her level of like skills and talent. So what happened was that my last time I was in Cambodia, like she actually came and met up with me and okay, the first day we sat down and wrote the song together. Together. We wrote it together. The second day we went to the studio and recorded the song. The third day we shot the video. So within 3 days we wrote, record and shot from scratch.
Mm.
Scratch.
that's it, 3 days, and then it's a wrap. That's all
It's,
she
you know
wrote.
what I mean? And we completed it, and I have to say, like, she's very good, very talented, like an artist that could write her share of her expression is very good. It makes it easier for me because my vocabulary in Cambodian is not as good as those that went to school there. You know what I mean? But I can say my Cambodian is better than the
Most.
people in Cambodia's English. You know what I'm saying?
No, what you're doing is right. Is complimenting each other, and you're feeding off um the advantage of the other person. So, and it's when it's the finished product, you get the best of both worlds. You get
Yeah,
somebody
it's,
that
it's
express.
actually coming from the artist itself. You know what
Mhm,
I mean? It's not just like singing something that's already been laid out for you. You know what I mean? Like that's cool too. But she didn't have to do that. But she wanted to do that, and she did a great job. I have to say it was a very great job to the point where like I'm thinking, shit, all I need is us two.
mhm,
You know what I mean? We could do anything.
mhm,
But I'm looking for people that can actually write,
mhm.
and can actually
How
have
many
like a
view? How many
presence.
views does she get on her video?
I mean, being an independent artist and no one's helping her and no promotion, no stuff, like, bro, man, her views are not bad. Like,
Mhm,
23, 32K
mhm,
views on one song. Like, bro, that's not bad for someone with no promotion and no
mhm.
help and no backing.
Just imagine you have that marketing machine
Yeah,
behind her.
just imagine that,
Mhm.
like imagine if she got to actually go on every TV station in
And that's
Cambodia.
and that Nas songs, like imagine that. What is that?
John Lennon,
Huh?
imagine.
Is that the name of the
Oh, you talking
song?
about Nas?
Yeah.
Yeah, If
Imagine
I
that.
Rule the World.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah,
can you
yeah.
tell a couple of lines from there? Because it's inspiring what could happen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, look,
if I rule
I
the
don't want to
world.
like get off topic, but
Uh,
when it comes to hip hop, I feel like Nas is the GOAT because not only that he came in the 90s,
mm,
but till this day, right now, 30 years later, he's still relevant
mm,
and dropping more albums than everybody.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
He-
like he outlasted, like for instance, during that time with Biggie and Tupac, he outlasted all of them.
mm,
Still alive today, still
mm,
looking young and fly. He's super rich, from his investments and like, startup companies and stuff. And he's bro, he has dropped 5 albums in the last 2, 3 years.
mm. Well,
Well,
mm,
and they like a couple of them are nominated for the Grammys. Like he
mm.
won one Grammy already, like, off of the first King disease.
Whoa. And he's so talented that even Jay-Z used his line, right? Like you're in a
No,
hotline.
look,
Something like that I heard.
nah, let me,
Uh,
I don't want to get too into that, but
uh,
I feel like people gotta know that. Okay.
mm,
Well, first of all, Jay-Z's first song is borrowing a line from Nas to
mm,
sample in his song.
mm.
Like that song,
That's how talented now.
yeah, that song, I'm out for presidents to represent me. All
Uh,
right. Nas came out with that first, and then Jay-Z came out with a song, called Dead Presidents.
mm,
And he put Nas'
line in there.
line on the hook. And
Mm,
then he actually wanted Nas to be on that song too, but Nas rejected that.
mm,
He didn't want to be on a song with him, and I think that's where the
mm,
feud came from, stemming from that part.
mm.
But
Well, that's all to say that Nas is talented. Even a big
Jay-Z
time.
can never mess with Nas. And you could go listen
Yeah.
to Ether, you
Well,
know?
I apologize. I cut you off there. You're talking about stand, go on TVs and radios in Cambodia.
Mhm.
Imagine that. That's the vision.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm here for. So right now we got a song that we about to put out, in time for Christmas, and we got a couple, two, three more songs right before Khmer New Year's, and I'm planning to complete all those songs and show her, in Cambodia, all the avenues that she gets to promote herself and myself. And I'm talking about all the TV channels and blogs and stuff like that. We're gonna hit up everything, and also we planning a tour for 2024 here in the USA for Khmer New Year's, so you could check that out starting earliest March, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be all over USA, and that's gonna be my first artist, and I have other artists too, but I'm gonna concentrate on her first, and I want to make sure that I put my energy on her career to take her to the next level before I even you know think about anything else. You know what I'm
Cool.
saying?
That sounds very promising. Imagine that. That's going to go down next year, 2024. Last question
Yeah.
for those that love hip hop, but they are not as talented as you are, but they want to rap on beat. Any quick lesson that you could give the viewer, that's amateur, that's singing and rapping in the shower, but they want to learn how to rap on beat. What is your suggestion for them?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be good at something, you got to learn from the best. So I suggest you go listen to a few artists that can take you there. That's number one, it's Nas. Number two, I say Big Pun. You know, number three, maybe Lil Wayne, Eminem. You know what I'm saying? But Nas is like he's a complete package because when he rhymes, you can hear the wisdom in him. Like he teaches you. Just like what I say before about martial artists and hip hop, there's different levels.
Oh, I think that's a little bit too deep. That's not what I was trying to get at. I'm talking about way lower than that. I'm talking about the foundation. Like, what are they listening to in a beat that they should flow to? We're not talking about the wordplay yet.
Yeah.
That's advanced. We're talking about the foundation.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what are the snare, the hi hat? Like, what are they listening to?
Well,
What are they rapping
the
to?
thing is that if you really got talent,
No, this is people
okay,
that love the hip hop but don't have the talent.
okay, then you cannot make it.
No, they're not trying to make it. They try to enjoy it. They try to,
Well,
like
just sing along to the songs
just
and you'll
think.
get used to it. It's sort of like exercising.
Mm.
It's sort of like
But what are they listening to? What are they like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they hitting?
listen to the beat,
Like, which one? The beat is
the
percussion.
drum,
The drum.
the drum. The
Which?
drum is the tempo.
Mhm.
It tells you how fast or how slow something is, but it's up to you if you want to rhyme slow or fast. You want to rhyme fast, you gotta put a lot of words in there, and because the drum, it breaks down to three different things really, right? One is the snare, one is the bass, and the other one is the hi hat. You know,
Mhm.
the bass is the snare is bop bop, bop bop, but the hi hat, so your flow gotta be rolling with one of them in order to be
Yeah,
mixed well.
harmony, like
Yeah,
on beat, on
you
beat.
gotta flow to that.
Mhm.
But you gotta think of the hi hat because the hi hat is like the fastest thing on the beat.
Mhm.
So if you can think like fast like the hi hat,
Mhm.
then you could do it slow or fast. See what I'm saying? Because you're already thinking like the hi hat, so you can skip some hi hat, or you go or you, you know what I'm saying? It's just different flows,
Mhm.
but the hi hat is the most consistent thing that
Mhm.
you can be guided by.
And it doesn't change that much, like the drum or I mean,
Well,
the bass.
it can change,
Yeah.
but when it changes, it also depending on the bass and the snare. So the bass and the snare is like your heart and your mind. Everything else is like your arms and your legs.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Accessory.
don't listen to your heart or your mind, you're
Mm.
gone.
Mm. So for a beginner, a measure has 4 beats, right?
Okay.
In there. So are we rapping on the beat or between the beat? Like let's say it's 4 measure, right? One, two, three,
You're
four,
rapping along to the beat.
along to the beat.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like you're dancing. First of all, if you don't have the rhythm, you can't dance.
Do you have the rhythm? Because I haven't seen you dance.
You haven't?
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn.
Okay, well,
I'm always offbeat.
I
Like,
mean, I dance, but just not as often because mostly I'm on stage
yeah, that's
dancing, you
true.
know what I mean?
Performing.
But yeah, if you don't, if it's not in you, like music is natural.
Mhm.
It's not something that you can learn. Like you can learn to be better, but if you don't have it, you can't learn it. You know what I mean? It's just not for you.
Mhm.
You know?
That's what they call people tone deaf if they're not singing
Yeah,
the right pitch.
yeah. Tone deaf or just offbeat.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
there's no rap style that's called offbeat rap style. Like,
Blueface is offbeat.
oh, that's his style. He
That's
does it
his that's his
intentionally,
that's his
or
style. He's just offbeat.
Mhm.
Or in another reason why he's offbeat is because he just started rapping.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? But the more he does it, the better he get it. The more he's used to the beat and how to ride with the flow. It's just like driving or riding a horse. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go with the horse's rhythm when he whatever,
Mhm.
you,
Just
you might
bouncing all
get
over the
bounced
place.
off. You might fall off and you might get kicked by the horse too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if you on the same rhythm, you gotta know how to ride certain things. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like if you're not, then nobody could help you. You're just not meant for it.
Mhm. Got it.
Yeah.
Um,
Just like a person that's tone deaf.
mhm.
You cannot teach them how to sing
Yeah,
because they just can't.
yeah. They just
They
don't
can't get
understand.
it.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of musicians, they hit the C
Hmm.
note on the keyboard and they
Hmm.
know what it is and they
Yeah.
ride that. And
Hmm.
they're like, okay, what are you hitting? That doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
But okay. So last word. Any last word out there? So we can wrap this interview up.
Last word. If you can donate to make a difference, because if you don't do nothing, there's no difference going on. No one is going to be benefiting from that. But if you can help certain kids that's unfortunate, that's really like in need, yo, look, listen, man, it's gonna come back to you because they are gonna thank you from the bottom of their heart. Uncle Sam ain't gonna thank you. They really like muscling you, for that money. So if you have a heart to help your own people, your own, heritage and culture, please just donate because I'm gonna donate myself, and he's gonna match everything that we donate. So if we get $10,000 donation,
That's
he's gonna put
20,000.
up 10,000 too. And when he goes or we go to Cambodia, if I get a chance to go to Cambodia next month, during Christmas, I will
Mm,
I'm gonna ride with you.
mm.
You know what I mean? But if I don't, Randy is gonna do videos showing where this donation is going to so that we don't have any misconception of anything negative.
Full transparency.
Full transparency, yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Varun, for your time, and thank you for the hospitality.
Yes.
Well, until next time, wish you the best, and I want to see that American award soon. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Randy. I appreciate you coming down to Miami and check out the atmosphere going on over here. And you're doing a great thing. Keep it up. And for the viewers out there, stay tuned for the new single coming out with Samsoni. And if you didn't get to see my last video yet, it's called Volving, featuring Ken and Kamamuchi Vutz. It's like the best collaboration, over 1 million views right now. So go to YouTube, go to my channel, Darun Official, and just check out the video. And hopefully, we can dance and appreciate and create some joy out of it.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.